Alrighty, I wanted to do a quick video on flashlights. As you can see, I have quite a bit of lights. I've had way more lights than this that have either been destroyed or lost. Um, just wanted to give a couple opinions and suggestions. Anybody who's looking for a light, um, I've carried a light on my person for probably 10 plus years now. I use lights professionally at work. I am always using a flashlight at work. Probably one of the most used tools that I have. And so, yeah, coming from a professional standpoint in a rough, dirty environment that could have oil, water, dust, impact, plus pretty rough on lights on just like an average day-to-day basis. So I figured I'd have a good sense and help people out a little bit. You can see here there is a lot of O-lights on the table. I really like O-light a lot. In the past, I've used lots of Phoenix lights and stream lights and through nights. Now, as far as the wide variety of brands that I've used, might not be as many as some people, but pretty much like the 5 big brands I've had quite a bit of experience with. But right off the bat, depending on what you're going to be using your flashlight for, if you're looking for a good light, I would look up the flashlight's IPX rating. And IPX rating, or as they call it, an ingress protection rating, it indicates how well the flashlight will be protected from water and dust. So if you're worried about waterproof, or dust getting into the flashlight and ruining it or hindering it in any way, I would definitely look up that rating and make sure that it's suitable for whatever your environment is going to be. That being said, I didn't buy any of these taking the IPX rating into consideration. In the past, I probably have only broken maybe one light. I think the rest of them have all just fallen out of my pocket or been left in customers' cars. And that's what I do, is I work on cars. I do a lot of stuff with cars. And so obviously a flashlight is going to be very important. So we're going to just kind of break these up into sections and just talk about the ones I have right now. So out of all the lights that I have currently, this is one of the oldest ones that I started with, and they don't even make this anymore. It is the Olight Warrior Mini. These have both lost their pocket clips. This was a limited edition titanium variant, and this is just your regular desert tan one. So you can't get these anymore. They had a big problem with overheating, and they had some other issues too. I've had these turn on in my pocket and almost catch my pocket on fire. I've had the magnet clip on the dog's collar somehow, and she was running around the house while this light was on full blast, burning her hair. It scared the crap out of her. So Olight will reimburse you. These are recalled, and they will give you like 110% of what you paid for it in in-store credit, or they'll just give you a full refund. I just haven't gotten rid of these two yet. I'm in the process of actually seeing what they'll do for me. I just really like this titanium one, so I haven't gotten rid of these. But the upgraded version of this is what you see right here, and what they came out was the Olight Warrior Mini 2. These are fantastic flashlights. I love these things. You can program this for quick strobe and turbo with the tail cap. I wear a hat all the time, so these double clips I really like. I can throw it on the bill of my hat and have essentially a headlamp. They all came with a ring, and that's so you can pull it out of your pocket quick and get access to it. That being said, I usually don't carry the ring at work because when I'm working, this tends to fall off. I haven't really had an issue with it falling off outside of work, but that's just something to be aware about. They do have, I've had an issue with this coming off, finding it on the floor later in the day. So yeah, that's the Olight Warrior Mini 2. It's a great light. I have a lot of them. This is the copper edition. I'm not even sure if this was a limited edition or not. But this will have your moonlight mode, which you probably won't even see. I love moonlight mode if you need to get around and don't want to wake everybody up. You can hold long press to get moonlight up. It's really dim. It's like 10 lumens or something. And then you've got 3 levels of brightness plus your turbo. So this is a really good, strong, reliable light. It's waterproof. I haven't had any issues with these malfunctioning from dust or water. I'm not sure what the IPX is on these, but carrying this a lot at work and I have no problems. Dropped it in water, submerged it completely, getting oil on it and grime on it. So this, I could definitely recommend this as a good work light, inspection light to carry on you. Battery life's good, and I'm a big fan of these magnetic charging. You don't have like a plug or something that's going to go faulty or anything like that. So that's the Olight Warrior flashlight. This is another really good light, the Arcfeld. The Olight Arcfeld. I love this flat profile. The laser comes in handy at work if I need to point stuff out on a car to somebody. Great brightness is just plenty bright. Battery life is good. It's got the moonlight mode. And then the Arcfeld Pro. If this is the newer version of this, if you work on cars, this will be coming in handy with the light, the laser, and then the UV light. And if you work on cars, you will know what you need UV light for. So it's nice just having a UV light on you at all times. Usually looking for AC dye or something like that. Also with these, I've found them to be pretty durable. They're also waterproof. From my experience, I probably use these two the most. And they have a magnetic charging too, but the magnetic charging on this one's actually strong enough to, let's see here, if I have something metal to, so yeah, it's not the strongest magnet, but it will hold. And then if you're working on a car, it's nice to be able to just stick your light on something and set it and forget it. That being said, the Warrior does have the magnet charging on the back, but I wouldn't consider that one very good for mounting. At least it haven't been very good for me. It's holding right now, but just from the design of it, this one doesn't seem to stick as well as these ones do. But if you like the flat profile and you don't want a huge light, there's the Arcfeld and the Arcfeld Pro. Comparable to this would be the EDC series from Nightcore, which I have one of those, or the Streamlight Wedge. I don't have a Streamlight Wedge, but a lot of people I work with have that wedge. It doesn't have a magnet, but my experience with Streamlight has been very good. So you wouldn't go wrong with a Streamlight Wedge either. And I've had a lot of Streamlights. I only have Only have one right now, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So this is the last of the O-lights. Another thing I use at work a lot is a pin. And I've had this O pin now for 3 years maybe. And not only is it cool, but it's been super durable, reliable. I love the way these Fisher cartridges write. And it has a little light on it. That's pretty decent. So I keep this in my shirt pocket. And so if I need to quickly inspect something and my hands are already kind of like above my waist, I can reach for my Olight pen and do a little double click and get a good light on whatever it is that I might be inspecting. So these are cool. I've had a couple of these. I think this is one of the lights I have broken. This is the i5T. It's been dropped a lot. The glass is cracked and the bezel is bent. But this is an awesome light. This is probably one of my favorite work lights, just for the fact that it doesn't have an internal battery, and it just takes AA's. And I just used rechargeable AA's, nickel metal hydrate. And I think all my future flashlight purchases will probably not have a sealed battery in them, just for the fact that it's really nice knowing that if these batteries stop working, I can just replace them. As to where the Olight Arcfelds I showed you, you cannot do that. The Warriors you can get new batteries for, but a lot of lights nowadays you can't. So I use these at work quite often. I can't recommend this one enough. I've dropped these in pools of oil, or pans of oil, in water, dunk tanks. This is a really good, reliable light, and they're not very expensive. I think they're like $30, maybe, give or take. This one was a limited edition copper baton, Olight Baton Eternal. It's a copper variant. These batons are really cool. They come with a little case, and it'll charge your light up. And I think you get like 3 or 4 charges with the case. And they have a ton of different versions of this one. It's got the double clip for the hat bill and a pretty good magnet on the back, so you can stick this on things. I really like this one. The battery life on this, when you're like bright, isn't very good. I took this on a backpacking trip, and I don't know if I was running it just on high or turbo, but it died on me in a couple hours. So I would use this one more for like an EDC light. It does okay at work. But yeah, that's the baton. And the new versions of these are really cool. You can actually use them while they're in the case, and you can put like a diffuser on them and use it like a lantern, I guess, or a lamp. You can't do that with the old ones. But I just really like copper, and it's really, really cool light. So yeah, that'll wrap up the O-lights there. Now this light wasn't on the table. I actually almost forgot about this guy. I keep him somewhere else. This is the Olight Marauder Mini. This is a big boy. This is a really big light. It's like a big little light. I use this flashlight for, I pretty much take it with me anytime I'm going out into the wilderness. This flashlight is not only really bright, but it's also a charging pack. You can charge your phone with this battery. It's got a USB-C. Really satisfying. Opening and closing to protect that port. And just for some specs really quick, I love this flashlight. 7,000 lumen max output. and 43-hour max runtime. It has a spotlight and a floodlight with an array of LEDs, 600-meter max throw, and 7,000 lumen max output. So this basically turns night into day. I am not sure what the candela is on this thing. Let's see if we can look it up real quick. All right, looks like I can't look it up. So yeah, this is a big honking light. It's not only is it a battery charging pack, but it's also a spotlight and a floodlight. So this wasn't on the table before, but I can definitely recommend this if you're looking for it. It's heavy, so not a lot of people will probably be willing to backpack with something like this. But it's like a 2-for-1, right? You got your battery pack to charge your stuff with, and you have a flashlight that will light up the night when you're in the forest. I'll turn off a couple lights here. Let me turn this one off. So yeah, that's low. And then there's a little toggle switch, and that's how you get your flood. It projects like a square on whatever it sees, and it is super bright. It does have a safety built in. If it senses it's too close to something, it'll dim itself. It has a battery life indication on the right hand side, and then your brightness on the left side. I've taken it on lots of adventures. I can't really tell you how durable this is. I'm very careful with this light. I have not dropped it a whole lot. I haven't gotten it wet a whole lot. So if you're interested in a big spotlight that can also be a battery pack, I would maybe look up its IPX rating. So yeah, I just looked it up. It's got silicone O-rings to keep the water out, so it's IPX 8 rating. So that's pretty high rating. And let's see if we can find the candela here. Companies don't go out and tell you what the candela is. Just some people, candela is really important. Some people it isn't. From what I know and understand, candela is really more important for a spotlight, or maybe for a tactical light. Candela is more important, but just for like an EDC work light, I'm really not too worried about candela. But if this is 7,000 lumens with a 600-meter throw, I would imagine if my Phoenix is half the size of this and at 50,000 candela, that this would be double that. But I don't know for sure. Can't find the information on it. We'll go Through Night next. I really like this brand. They're cheaper than Olight. I think I had a Through Night before I even knew what Olight was. I wish I had the first model I bought. It was like a pen light, kind of like that green Olight, the i5 I just showed you. That was a really good light. And after that, I got a T1. This has a really strong magnet on it. It's got the double clip. Just a really solid light. They actually have 2 versions of this now. And it has a like a dimmer switch. So you can pick exactly what brightness you want on the spectrum as it slowly goes up and down. This one does have a moonlight mode. I like this light so much that I've bought this 4 times. And I believe all 4 times I lost them. I left it stuck to a customer's car one time. I don't even know what happened to one of them. I've dropped these several times. And this is a really, really good work flashlight. And it's cheap. It's kind of like the baton, but cheaper, so you're not as worried about losing it or breaking it. This is just the little Archer Mini. It's kind of like the Olight. I think it's called the i3T. I've used this at work. It works just fine for what I need a small flashlight to do. Generally, I have a big light. I just keep a light in my pocket to do things quickly and not have to carry a big light around. But at my box and in my station, I keep a bigger light. But this does okay. It's nothing super fantastic, and I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you really want like a really small flashlight, and you don't want to carry anything bigger, then it's fine. This one's pretty good. I use this at work and it works just fine. But I don't like the aggressive bezel for when I'm at work. I mean, you can take it off, but I'm worried that I'll drop it and bend the threads here, and then I won't be able to screw this back on. So this one's kind of more of just not a work light anymore. It's a little big to put on your hat, but it does have the double clip, and you can put it on there. And this one's going to be a lot brighter and have more battery life. It also comes with a red lens you can put on there. So yeah, those are the through nights. Another quick thing about through night, they are cheaper than Olights, and with my experience, these are really, really good. So if you don't want to pay like the price you would pay for an Olight, if that's too expensive, I would check out these and see if these are more in your price range. These are definitely dependable, definitely good lights, and the brand is definitely recommendable. So these would be the two oddballs I have. I bought this Workos light. Nothing special. It's probably 20 bucks. It's good. It's bright. It has a good magnetic tail cap. This one charges with a plug-in. And actually, all the lights I've shown you are plug-in charge, besides the Arcfeld and the Warriors. They'll have to be charged some other way, either charge the batteries or plug in. These will both be plug in. I like the EDC27 a lot, but the IPX rating isn't that great. It's not very waterproof, and just getting it in and out of the pocket is kind of awkward for me. It's a good light though, don't get me wrong, I really, really like it. Definitely recommendable. It's a lot bigger than the Arcfeld. So if you take the original Arcfeld and you put them together, quite a bit bigger. But if you take the Pro, they're a little closer in size. This one might be a little thicker. And these have internal batteries. This one, I believe, you can take the battery out of. But this is a good little lightweight light to carry on you. And it comes with a headlamp strap. I was going to use this for like backpacking and camping and stuff. I haven't had a chance to bring it out and try it out yet, but I've used both of these at work. Both good lights. I'd like to get more stuff from Nightcore and Workos before I could really give them a good recommendation, but both of these lights are really good. I do like how this one has the display, right? So tells you how much time you have and how many lumens you're on. So 37 hours at 15 lumens, I think it is. 12 hours on the next step 200 lumens, you get 4 hours. 1,000 lumens, you get an hour and a half. I feel like for most work scenarios that I deal with, 600 lumens is pretty good. I wish this one had like 600 or 800 lumens because it goes right from 200 to 1,000. So that's kind of annoying too. Even 200 lumens though, if I'm inspecting some stuff, is pretty decent. I prefer, like I said, a little brighter. 500 to 800 is just fine. If you get too bright, then it's almost too bright, you know. You don't want to look at it. All right, Phoenix. I've had 2 more Phoenix lights other than the ones that are on the table, and I really liked those. I think I had Phoenix before any of these other brands that you see. So what we have here is the Phoenix LD12R. And this is a really interesting design because it has a magnetic pocket clip. And it also has a side light. And you turn the cap until it comes on or off. And this is probably the only multi-fuel light I have. I think this one takes different types of batteries. I don't know what it takes off the top of my head. Let's open it up. So it takes quite honestly, I don't know what you'd call this, but I think it takes double A's too. So this is an interesting light. It's plenty bright. As far as the lumen output, so that's kind of like in that sweet spot that I like. But the unique feature with the side light, I can stick this light on something. I'll show you. I can stick it on, you know, a piece of metal on the car, turn on that side light, and just let it sit there. And you can spin it, you can rotate it on the clip, and just project light where you want it to go. So I do really like this light. The thing that makes it good and cool also kind of makes it bad. It's the pocket clip. I like that it's magnetic and that it swivels, but I don't like how it sits in the pocket. Like, I wish the clip was higher up or slightly more deep carry. So that's kind of like the downside of that pocket clip. This little guy is always on my keychain. This guy is the Phoenix EO3R. And for a keychain light, this thing is really bright. Let's look up the lumens here real quick. So you hold the button down and you get your light, and then you click to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And if you hold it down, you get a red light, which is neat. And then you can also get a flashing red light. Now this light is kind of new to me. I haven't had it for a super long time. The Phoenix WF26R. Now I think these guys are like $130. You get two switches. One will give you automatic strobe. The other one will turn it on. And then that little switch will cycle through your brightnesses. I think this one's max lumens is 3,000. And the throw on this, the candela on this thing is huge. Yeah, 52,000 candela on this guy. 52,000 candela on the brightest 3,000 lumen mode. Like, that is insane for this light. For you people who want candela, on this brightest mode, it's almost too bright for looking at cars. I usually got to run it on the one lower. But that's insane. 52,000 candela. To It's got a magnetic charger on it right here. You can take the battery out of this guy. And Phoenix makes these rings, and it will fit on all their flashlights, you know, about that diameter. So you take it off, and it has a spot for the pocket clip, so you can kind of position it how you want. The ring is kind of chintzy. I know there's another brand that makes these rings for people, or for flashlights. This one's kind of flexible. So I don't know if that knob is meant for striking, but I feel like this would break if you did that. I'm not sure if it's just for like a spot to put your finger or something. I'm not too sure. But this is a really good light. It's got the crenulated bezel for striking. This is like the bug out light for me. This is what I grab when I gotta go. So basically the short answer, if you want a flashlight, and I know you won't be disappointed, and I know it's gonna be tough and reliable, get a Streamlight. Every mechanic where I work uses a Streamlight. All the tool trucks sell Streamlights. These are just solid flashlights that are going to do what you want them to do. This is the Stinger 2020. They also have the Streamlight Stinger. And I think this is like they tried making a new version of it, but a lot of people like the Stinger. I prefer the 2020, this one. The difference is this one's brighter, and then you have your brightness switch right here, and low, medium, high. I think this one goes up to 2000 lumens. Not sure what the Candela is, but I have beat the heck out of this flashlight, and it is running just fine. You can take the bezel off and get new bezels with different colors. You can get these in a ton of different colors. I could recommend the regular Stinger. Comes in a whole bunch of colors. It has a charge base with 2 prongs on it, and you click it on there. The Stinger takes, I can't remember what kind of battery the Stinger takes, but they changed the batteries on this one, and you can plug in each battery individually if you want to, or you can just put it in here and charge the whole unit. The one thing I've had an issue with this is the button. It seems to be working fine now. It also strobes, but sometimes this button doesn't work very good, but it's working fine now. I also had this button die on me. This button would not work, and all you got to do is get a new pack, and it'll fix this button here. You could probably send it in or get something to fix that button, but not too sure about that. But this light right here is an absolute tank. So, you know, if you want a light and you want it to be hard use, durable, and all those good things, get a Streamlight. Streamlight Wedge, the Streamlight Stinger, the Streamlight Pen Light, I forget what that's called. That's really good too. I'm not sure what the IPX rating is on this thing. If you just type in a flashlight name and IPX rating on Google, it'll tell you what it is. It's an IPX 7 rating, so 1 meter of submersion. So basically waterproof. Another thing I like about this is no matter where it is, you have 2 buttons, so you can access the button from 2 different areas. It's got the flat profile, which I like. So if I want to put this in my back pocket, it's a little bit more comfortable than the big Stinger with the round. I'd like to say that the flatness would keep it from rolling, but I don't know. It might help a little bit, but I've had this roll off on me quite a bit. So this is probably the most used flashlight I have out of all of them, is the Streamlight Stinger 2020. So yeah, that pretty much sums up this little video. I guess if anyone has any brands of flashlights that you think I should check out, let me know. There are some brands I've seen that I want to check out, like Surefire and I can't remember the name. Can't remember the name now. Woobin, yeah, Woobin. Those are some brands I've been wanting to check out. I've just been kind of on this Olight train. The newest ones I've bought have been these three, though. I've been trying to like branch out and try different stuff. But I don't really think you could go wrong with any of these lights. Coming from somebody who uses a flashlight every single day at work in a pretty rough environment. So hopefully somebody got something out of that video. Something was helpful. If anyone has any questions, let me know. I'm in the process of contacting Olight about these two, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video on what they do for me. I did have another one of these, and they actually sent me this one. I actually got this one for free because of the recall on my other Olight Warrior. So they are pretty good about their customer service. I sent them a message on Instagram, and they literally got back to me within 5-10 minutes, told me what to do, and then I emailed Olight store about these, and I literally had an email back within 10 minutes. Got the form to fill it out, sent it in, and sometime within this week, I will know what they will do for me. I'm really hoping that I get more for this being a titanium version, but we will see. I might just see if I can't find a pocket clip for it and just keep using it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to make more videos. Right now I'm really busy at work. I've probably worked 120 hours in the past 2 weeks. I still have 2 days off, but not a lot of energy and time to do stuff. So I had all these flashlights around, and I kind of wanted to make a video about flashlights. I kind of just did this randomly. It's probably not going to be as thought out and thorough as it should be. So hopefully it's all right. But I got the tabletop set up here. I can do unboxings in here and whatever else I need to do when it's really crappy outside. It's been cold. It's been wet. It's been stormy. So that's pretty much all I got for you. So we'll see you next time.